everyone. Welcome to Fast and Fun Projects with Noreen. I am Noreen Smith, Product Development Creative Manager with Creative Memories, and it's my pleasure to be with you every Wednesday to create something fast and something fun and just have a good time doing it. So welcome and thank you for joining me. Now, I should mention that today's episode is pre-recorded. I am not coming to you live today because I happen to be on spring break with my family, and we're off enjoying, ourselves, and hopefully I'll have some great pictures for you when I get back. But I definitely didn't want to miss being with you today because we want to celebrate the graduate. Now, if you're like me, maybe you have kids who are coming up to graduation, who have recently graduated, or who are maybe, going to graduate in the next couple of years. You may also have grown children that you've got graduation pictures of and you don't know what to do with them. You might be a grandma or a grandpa even and have pictures that were given to you for a keepsake of your grandchild when they graduated. So there's lots of reasons why you might need to tune in today to find some ideas to celebrate the graduate. Now, I want to talk about a few things today. I want to talk about some gift ideas because if you have a graduate this spring, you might want to give them a gift, a commemorative gift, a memory-keeping gift that celebrates their entire school year, or maybe their senior year, their grade 12 year. You may want to, show all of their school years. You may just want to celebrate the day. You may want to give them something that kind of highlights the past, but leaves some room for them to incorporate memories of the present and even into the future. So there's so many different ways you can approach this. And lucky for you, Creative Memories has a ton of great products right now available and ready to go so that you can choose what's going to be best for your situation, order them up, and create them, and it's going to be fast and fun. Okay, so today I want to show you a couple of gift ideas. I'm just going to kind of talk you through a few different things. And then I want to play around a little bit and create a fun mixed media CM style layout for my son for the graduation day. Now, he hasn't graduated yet. His graduation will be later this June. So I'm just kind of prepping ahead of time and knowing that I'll have a fun page ready to just put some photos on once I get them. So if you know me, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I have a background in art and I love to play with product, especially inks and paints and stuff like that. So we're going to have some fun with the new dot tip metallic pens from Creative Memories. Okay, so let me switch you over to my desktop or to my table here, and let's start by talking about some of the great gift ideas for your graduate. Okay, so let's go here. And you can see in front of me, I've got two 12 by 12 albums. So depending on how much time you have between now and when you want to give the gift, you may not have time to complete a 12 by 12 album. But I'm going to give you some options that might be even a little quicker in just a couple of minutes. But I definitely wanted to highlight these two. Now, this is our School Days Composition Style album, and you may have seen me already set this up earlier. I actually had a spine printed for my son, Grayson, and I'm going to be adding that in when I give this book to him in a few months for his graduation. And what I did is I went in with some of the back to school pre-printed Fast to Fab inspired papers and some large pocket pages. And I just started going through and assembling a lot of the memorabilia, the photos that I had all the way from preschool. And I hate to say it, I am not done yet, but with the idea of running through his school career. And I wanted to just reshare this because I think it's a great way to kind of condense down and highlight just a few of the fun things that happened each year. We all know as parents that, the kids come home with a ton of papers and artwork. So this album is really just meant to be a little bit of a highlight. So here I've got his class portrait or his class photo. And then I actually have a multi-pocket page where I've just added a few different photos and even little programs. I've got a variety mat card here. I've got a little thank you card from his teacher. I've got a few more things I want to put in there. His soccer picture from that year. All kinds of good stuff. Just again, the highlights. Then I interspersed an 8.5 by 11 pocket page so that I could put in his report card and, his swim and the little graduation card, all of those things that are kind of the memorabilia aspects. And it's great because I can just pull them out and we can have a look at them whenever we want. And then on the last page, I've got a little handwriting sample. I've got his little handprint, his graduation picture. Talk about fun graduation celebrations, eh? And then this cute little artwork where it was his footprint turned into a duck. So really, in just those few pages, I have captured a full year of school. And really, that's going to be enough for him to kind of spark those memories and maybe have a keepsake. So then I would go on and do one of those little sort of highlight spreads for each of his school years. So that's what he is actually going to be getting. And I love this particular option for something like that, a school career or a school year's highlight album that features a lot of fun stuff. Now, just this month, we re-released a favorite, beautiful album. This is our Congrats Grad album on the black ebony, and it's got some silver and gold foiling. And it would be beautiful as well to create a custom spine with silver or gold, the year of the graduation, all of that kind of thing. I don't have any pages in here, but I just wanted to show you that as another album option if you wanted to create a 12 by 12 gift album. Either of these would be beautiful. This is especially suited for kind of a school year's overview. This would be an absolutely gorgeous album to, record all of the graduation activities, the graduation portraits, the commencement ceremony, the banquets, the valedictorian, all of those kinds of things, as well as parties. So either one of these is a great option for a gift. But if you don't have time to complete a 12 by 12 album, or if you can't find, enough of the memorabilia and photos, to kind of span the entire school years, let me give you a couple of other options. So here we've got a couple of options that are a little bit more bite size, a little bit smaller. All of them are 8 by 8 size. And again, the paper albums or the 8 by 8 book cloth albums are going to give you enough space to add lots of photos and record lots of memories, but they're going to be a little bit faster to make, especially the little 8 by 8 paper albums. Now, you can get basically the same kind of artwork or the same idea as the 12 by 12 album that I just showed you. This one is called the School Days album, and I've started this one for my other son, Sam, and it's the same kind of idea, but you can see that with the smaller format, you can really just add a few photos, a few memories, a little bit of journaling, and it's going to be much quicker to put together. So here I have his preschool portrait, as well as a little bit of a reminiscence, I guess, about his first day at school. Getting onto the school bus, he was quite surprised to be, driving away, but what a cutie. So I've got some room here to do my journaling about that. And then I can go on and add photos and little memories, little highlights and snippets for, again, all of the grades, all the way up to 12th grade, and then there's a page for his graduation photo as well. So this might be a little bit more of a manageable size to create an entire school year's album for you. And then you can see that the artwork is repeated again here in the 8x8 paper album. And this is ideal if you are an aunt, an uncle, a grandma, grandpa, and you only have a few photos that you want to incorporate. So each of these spreads is, again, just so much fun, nice and bright, room for a few photos, lots of journaling, and then you can add some stickers or embellishments from the coordinating back to school collection to embellish it and add a little bit of a decorative touch. And then if you're going to, create maybe a commemorative album about the graduation ceremonies and all of that, I would really recommend the silver and gold paper album. It's quite subtle, very sophisticated, and it doesn't have a real school feel. It's very formal. So with the neutral silver and gold pages, you're going to be able to really highlight any colors of the graduation robes and stoles and caps and gowns. And it's going to be very, very beautiful. So again, a great option if you're thinking about, kind of doing a little commemoration of the graduation ceremony or other activities. The other thing I really love about both of these albums is that being paper albums, it's easy to bring these somewhere and perhaps get everybody to sign. So for example, if you were going to go to a graduation party, maybe you have some of the pages completed with photos, but you could bring a pen along and have everybody at the party sign one of the pages, one of the spreads, and create a wonderful sort of gift card almost for the graduate. The other thing I really love about these paper albums is you can actually take the pages apart and slide them into a 8x8 photo pocket page. So you can either keep the album together as a little booklet to flip through, or you can add it either to an 8x8 book or even add it into a full 12x12 album. So all of these are really great options if you have a graduate that you are thinking about giving a memory keeping type of gift to this spring. So I hope that's given you some ideas. Again, whether you're going to be doing a full 12x12, an 8x8, a little paper album, or creating a commemorative graduation album, I think all of these are great, great ideas. So let me clear this away now, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the new memory keeping or scrapbooking supplies that came out along with the Congrats Grad album that you can create some beautiful pages with. And then I want to have some fun with our new metallic dot pens. So I've got the new Congrats Grad paper pack, and this is just a little 6-pack. But you're going to find that this goes beautifully with the silver and gold paper pack that was launched in December of 2022. So you can really stretch that. Plus, you can add in other colors to this neutral pack. So for example, my son's high school colors, they are the Cardinals, and they have cardinal red as one of their colors. So you can see how I could use our cranberry cardstock along with the more neutral silver, gold, black, and white papers, stickers, and embellishments to really create a customized layout. And we've also got the sticker sheet, just a single sticker sheet, because again, sometimes you only need a few stickers. You can always pull from other collections like silver and gold, like back to school. And this is going to be just enough to create a couple of beautiful graduation themed layouts. I also love the foiled embellishments. We've got some beautiful big titles, banners, that kind of thing, and these fun tiles that have the gold foil on them so that you can customize the year. So you can say something like class of, and then have your 2023, I should have had my numbers out earlier, or 2024 if you're prepping for next year. So you can really customize what you are going to put on your pages. So I love all of these. But as I mentioned, I am such a fan of playing with inks and color and mixed media. I was so excited when I found out that we were going to have a metallic gold dot tip pen and a metallic silver dot tip pen. So I want to show you a really easy technique that you can use on any of these pages. And I'm actually going to be using this sort of pre-printed graduation day page to create a stippled background. So let me just show you what I've done, and then I can show you how to do it. Now, the metallic pens are almost like a paint pen because they have that thicker metallic ink. And I love to use the dot tip pens to kind of create these shapes and fill in the shapes. And this is actually an art technique called stippling. And you can really just see that it is perfect for use with the dot tip pens because I've just created dots of different sizes. And let me show you how easy that is to do with the dot tip pens. Now there is a fine tip end. It's just a little bit thicker than our regular fine tips on our dual tip pens, and of course it's thicker than the micro tips. So you may find it a little bit thick for writing, but you definitely can write with it. But then the dot tip end is this nice juicy sort of plush marshmallowy sort of tip that when you pounce it onto your paper, you can create a variety of different sizes of dots just by the amount of pressure that you place onto the tip. So you can place it down, push quite hard, and get quite a large dot, and you can get dots of all sizes in between, even to very fine tip dots, or even using the actual fine tip end to just have tiny little dots. So I think it's so much fun to create that sort of additional pattern, texture, and color on some of your pages. So all I've done here is taken my Gemstone custom cutting system patterns, and I used the center of the large heart, and all I did was trace it and then fill it in with some stippling. So it's a really fast and fun thing to do. And if you do get a little bit of ink on the inside or around the edges of your CCS templates, you can just use, a wet wipe, or if you have a little bit of water, a little damp cloth, that will take care of any little paint residue. You can just spray it onto a little paper towel, and any of that residue will just wipe right off. So really easy to clean up, and it's not creating a big mess. Of course, you could do it with the diamond. That would be fun. The little egg, the either of the heart shapes, and of course, you could also do it with any of the other custom cutting patterns, circles, ovals. Plus, you could also use some of your recipe templates for this. You can go ahead and trace with your metallic pens and fill in the shapes, as opposed to tracing the shapes with a pencil and then cutting them out. So there's lots of options. So I showed you a little bit how the silver looks. Let's pull out the gold. And I really do love how these metallic pens look on black paper because they really stand out. So I'm just going in and filling this in with various sizes. And you'll want to make sure you kind of pounce right down on top. You can see how I've got a couple of spots where I might have been on an angle. But you could fill that in with just one color. You could fill it in with a couple of colors. You could mix your silver and golds together. How fun. And if you have some of our other dot tip pens that have been released previously, you can certainly do this with colors as well. So when I created this layout base, basically I put the template just off the edge of the paper and trace. So just have a little bit of a scrap piece of paper underneath, and you can trace right off the edge. Fill them in, and then you've got a great base for your photos. And I know that I want to have a 5x7 portrait on this page, so I went ahead and cut a 5.5 by 7.5 mat, And basically, it's going to be ready for that photo as soon as I get it. Then I can finish off with something down here, maybe something with a white background to really stand out against the black. And then I can use my fine tip pen to write some journaling just in the center area here. So it's going to be a really fast page to put together to commemorate my son's graduation day. And I just want to point out too that, of course, the other papers here in the Congrats Grad paper pack are wonderful and so much fun as well. It is a 6-pack, as I mentioned, so you'll get 2 of each, and there's 6 designs in total. So, of course, the graduation day pre-printed, these fun little tassels, these little geometric designs that look like maybe diplomas or confetti, and then on the back we have a great dotted black pattern. This one looks almost like graduation caps viewed from above, and then a really lovely silvery gray stripe. So you're going to get lots of use out of the Congrats Grad pack, and as I mentioned, the stickers and embellishments as well. So there's really so many options to consider when you're thinking ahead on how you want to celebrate the graduate in your life. A gift album, a school year's highlights album, a little paper album that you can have guests and friends write encouraging messages and congratulatory messages in, or just some simple layouts that really create a fun and sort of sophisticated look by using the new metallic pens. So I hope that you think about that. You've got plenty of time to order, to get the products in, and to create these fast and fun ideas to celebrate your grad. All right? So thanks very much for joining me today. I will be back live with you next week. I think that is April 19th, Wednesday, April 19th at 5:00 p.m. Central Time. Until then, I hope you're doing well, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye for now.